What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica. I'm a mother as well as a makeup lover, of course. So for today's video, I'm just going to be doing something a little bit more simplistic today, just a really basic green, like leafy green cut crease. I'm going to be playing with some new goodies, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. I'm going to be doing my face as well as my eyes in today's video. So, and of course, you know, telling you guys all the products that I'm using and all that good stuff. I also wanted to try the e.l.f. Satin Foundation again, using different products, different concealers and powders, just to see how it performed with those products. So yes, she's giving, she is giving all the vibes. So, definitely make sure that you are staying tuned until the very end of my video. I do an up close of my eye makeup so that way you guys can see the true beauty of the blend. And if you're curious to see how I achieved this makeup look, then all you gotta do is keep watching. So, if you're in my washer and dryer, I'm always doing laundry, so I do apologize because my washer and dryer is broken, so like my shit's loud. My shit's really loud. So I do apologize if you hear my washer and dryer in the background. For today's eyeshadow look, so my eyes are already primed, and for today's eyeshadow look, I'm going to be using the Beauty Bay Earthy palette. If I'm going to do greens, I have to go for this one because it has absolutely every color of green you could possibly need, and even some greens that you might never need, but it's nice to have. So I'm looking at my TikTok. She said, could you do a dark green look with glitter liner or a cut crease next? So I'm thinking dark green cut crease with some glitter liner. Unearthly Cosmetics just sent me over their new liquid liners. These are called the Immortality liquid eyeliners, and there is a green one. I will swatch all these for you guys when we get to that portion. There is 5 shades. She did send me over all 5 of them. This packaging is like so stunning. I love it. It's like so sleek. And the little like applicators on it are really nice for liquid liner. So I'm really excited about that. So I wanted to use one of these. I'll probably be using these in my next few looks because I want to demo all of the shades. But they come in this cute little packaging. Look, and it has little water droplets on it. This is Immortality. Like, how cute is that? Unearthly Cosmetic kills it with their packaging. Like, 10 out of 10. Alrighty, let's get started. So I'm thinking, you know, the only thing I think that this palette is missing, it is such a big palette. They could have definitely added like a black and a white to really like complete it. We do have this nice light shade here, but I think the darkest shade in this palette is this one right here, which is called Seaweed. So that's the shade. Is it, let's see, Seaweed or Ivy? Let's see. These both look like the exact same color. Maybe this one. I guess Seaweed is just a smidge darker. Tell me those don't look like the exact same color. Those are literally the exact same color. Okay. So you can't go wrong, I guess, because they're both the same color. I guess I'm just going to start by taking the shade Seaweed. And I'm taking it on this tiny doe color brush. This was from the Neon set. I highly recommend this set. Especially if you're a beginner and you're a bargain ass bitch like me. Yes, ma'am. So, since we're going for a cut crease, and we're just doing something super simplistic as far as cut creases go. Look at that pigment. That was one dip. So I always start by tapping the product down first, and I'm just going to kind of get that general shape. I don't want a too crazy cut crease, so I'm very slightly gonna flick this outward just a little bit, just a little baby tail, because as I go in with other colors, I'll be able to blend it further out. So I don't want to get too crazy too quickly. You could never take away, but you could always add more. So I always use that as a rule of thumb. Start with less and build up. So once I kind of have this general shape, so the circle and then the tiny little baby wing, I'll just go ahead and do little circle motions to soften the edge out in preparation for my next color. So this is going to kind of start helping the blend. Like, this is gonna be the starting process of a blend. So this brush is dirty. I already have green on it. I really need to wash my brushes, so I need this brush, okay? Don't judge me, okay? Let's see. So I think next I want to take the shade. I think I'm going to take the shade Pine. I think this is going to be like a really good color. I want to use colors that I didn't use the last time that I used this palette, but I did use Pine. But I think this is a good mid-tone, so we're going to use this. Also, I did clean this brush off on a little color switch. It's just kind of stained, so the color that was on it before and the pigment that was on it before, I cleaned off, and then I'm going to dip into the fresh pigment to get this color. And then I'm going to take this as a Doll Beauty DB13 brush, and then half on the first color, half on the blank lid. I'll just start going in a little circle motions. I tend to tap down the first shade, but then all my shades after that, unless it's like a pastel, I'll just go right into circle motions to start blending them out. But with pastels, I like to tap the shades down because I find that that gives the best pigment. And it also helps with the like blend. I think next I'm going to take this green right here, which is called Leafy. And I'm going to take this on a Makeup Shack T9 brush. So it's just a bigger version of the last brush that I used. So it's still like flat, but it's flared out, a little bit fluffy. As you blend, you want to use bigger and bigger brushes to really smoke stuff out. And you also want to use less product. And I'm going to do the same thing, half on, half off, leaving space for just one more color, one more lighter color. This is a Leafy. Was it Leafy? Yeah. Leafy is a good name for this shade because I do think this is a leafy green. And as you could see, I'm starting to flick it upwards now. This is the shade Acid. Look at that beautiful green. So this brush is tapered, which means it goes to a point at the end, but it's super fluffy. So I'm just going to very lightly go over the edges, right under the brow. Oh, this shade is so pretty. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you could see it yet. Need to build up to it. This is definitely giving me leaf vibes. So this is blended out. This is not. So now I'm going to go through all of the colors and like perfect my blend. So starting from the darkest to the lightest and really just making sure, because like as you could see, this dark is not blended into like the mid-tones. So going through is going to help re-intensify all the shades and blend them properly. Okay, so this is the side that I blended to absolute perfection, and this is the side that has been yet to be perfected. Kind of mumbled over that, but that's okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some, ooh, actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to take my P.Louise blank canvas. Well, I'm going to take my cut carver and cut out my crease. Let me see. First off, bitch, mind your business. Okay. Alright, so now I'll show you guys how I cut my crease. So with the P.Louise cut carver, and I love this brush for specifically cutting my crease. So this is the Makeup Shack T37 brush. So it's a nice domed brush. So as you can see, I'm starting to make a dent in this. I also use this to remove stubborn eye makeup. And it also helps remove staining from the eyes. So if that's an issue you have, or you have like sensitive eyes, I would highly recommend this cut carver. It's a really good product. Vaseline does also work, but it doesn't work the same way that this does, and I absolutely do not know why. So what I do is I'll coat the brush on both sides with the product, and then I'll start from my inner corner and I'll just kind of draw a line where I'm gonna want the like product cleaned off. So for me personally, I have an issue with like my eyelid creasing. So say I didn't have any product on the lid, but I open my eyes, I don't want the color to transfer down. So I always make sure that I have this kind of like dip in my eye. I always make sure to cut the crease above that, so that way I don't have any issues with transfer or anything like that. And then after that, I kind of go with my heart's desire. So what she desires today is a big ol', we're gonna go swoop and go up. Then I take a Q-tip, I wet it, I lick it, but that's, if you don't want to do that, water would work just fine. And then I just clean it off. Bam, look at that. So I went ahead and I cut my crease, and I think that these are pretty even. I mean, they might not be perfect, but I think they're pretty darn even. So I'm going to keep this blank. So I'm actually going to take the shade Show and just set the whole lid. So now I want to swatch these for you guys, because you have to see these. These are, I believe some of these, I don't know if all of them are, but some of these are shifty. Okay, so from top to bottom, we have shade Treasure, shade Embers, shade Gem, shade Searing, and shade Imperial. My kid's climbing this shit like a jungle gym, so I'm kind of like shaky. But I think we're going to take this shade right here, which is called Treasure. Oh, you see that? You see those shifts, guys? Holy fucking wow. This one doesn't look like it's shifting too much, but in person I'm getting red and green vibes. Okay, so I'm going to be taking the shade Treasure because this is like all the shades of like green into one. Also, you could use my code 381makeup on all things Unearthly Cosmetics. Save yourself some money. It is an affiliate code. So that just means that I get a percentage of the sale. Help your girl out. I'm motherfucking poor. Okay, so these jars are little, but I think they're only like $12, and I will leave all of the information about these, like the launch date, if they're not already released. I think it's like 12th that they release, or they're $12, something of that realm. I'll leave all the information down below on these, including the discount code. So I think that these have a really nice applicator. Let me get in close for you guys, and I'm just gonna do a line. So this is just one dip, one layer. I just did a very thin line. I don't know if you could see that through my viewfinder, but I'm gonna really layer this up. All right. This is one I done. I'm gonna get real close for you guys. Do you see that? The different colors? We have green, yellow, and it kind of looks a little bit coppery. But do you see that lime green? I love Unearthly Cosmetics, like shimmers, their duochromes, they're so fucking stunning. I want to save up to purchase both of the All I Ever Wanted palettes. Those are the things, just after playing with all their shines and shimmers, I 100% need those palettes. So this is kind of the general idea of what I'm going for. So let's go ahead and move on to face makeup. I'm just going to finish this eye up, and then we're just going to pop on some real dramatic lashes with this, and I think that's going to complete the eye look. Of course, you know, under the eyes and all that stuff. But for the face makeup, I wanted to play some more with the e.l.f. Satin foundation. I wanted to try this with like other products to see how it performed, to see if I liked it or not, because I was a little bit unsure. You know, I was trying the Halo Glow in my last video, so I wanted to play with just this and see if I like it, because I'm like still kind of I don't know about it. First things first, I'm going to color correct under my eyes. This is just the LA Girl shade Peach. Okay, so I'm just gonna take some of this foundation on the back of my hand, warm it up a smidge bit, and I just kind of tap it around. And then I'm not covering any of my acne or anything. It's super duper red, so we're gonna really put this foundation to the test today. Because I was more wanting to play with like the other products. I was wanting to test those out. So today we're going for the foundation. Super pale. Definitely could have went a shade darker. But that is a-okay. I can make it work. So whenever my foundation is too light, I tend to just like I'll cream contour, and then I won't go in with like such a bright concealer. I won't go in with such a bright concealer. And then I usually go in with like a more colored powder rather than like translucent to kind of help adjust the shade a bit. Oof. This is one pump, very sheer coverage. Let's see how she builds. Okay, this is definitely a very light shade. I think I tanned. I think that's my issue, is that I'm still going for the lightest shades, but I've been outside more often than I usually am. So I've actually got some sort of tan on my upper body. My legs are this pale, trust me, but I guess the rest of my body, I got a tan. I don't tan, I burn. So I'm like shocked. I'm shocked. So I feel like this definitely evened out my skin tone, and it added some sort of like a sheer coverage. I do think this is a satin finish as it claims. It's definitely beautiful, but as you see, I have a lot of troublesome acne, and that's still peeking through. So while this foundation is really beautiful, it's very nice, it's smooth, it's buildable, it's gonna be a not right now for me because I'm super duper broken out. I'm gonna have to, when my skin's cleared up, I think this would be a beautiful like everyday foundation. I'm gonna take the Too Faced shade Golden. I was gonna get the Hank and Henry was having a sale, and so I was gonna buy the like his contour stick, and I also bought a couple of other things as well. But then when they like eventually like after months, it was like a month and a half, not months, I'm being dramatic. It was like a month and a half of waiting for like a confirmation email or like some sort of shipping notification. I had emailed them about my order, and they updated it and they took off the contour stick, which is the whole reason why I had put in the purchase. So I was really disappointed, so I just canceled the whole order. But I wanted to invest in different, you know, cream contour, cream bronzer, since I only use the Too Faced. I feel like that gets kind of repetitive, though it is a very beautiful, beautiful, like, concealer, and, like, it works so beautifully as cream contour. Of course, I want to try new things. I want to see what's out there. I really want to try the Mario, like, sculpting sticks. I'm just poor. I'm going to be taking the Made by Mitchell Blursh in the shade Melon Sorbet, which is a very more natural color. So I'm going to go in with my concealer first. And today I'm taking the Covergirl True Blend Concealer. I actually like this concealer. It's kind of scented, but it's not like the worst scent in the world. And I'll just kind of use this. Honestly, I do this all the time. Just cover my whole fucking chin. I think I'm gonna try, so I've been using the peach color corrector. I think I would need to try the orange one because I still feel like even though I color corrected, you could still see some of that darkness coming in under my eyes. Or maybe I need to do more. I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning. So now I'm gonna take the Made by Mitchell Blursh shade Melon Sorbet. So this is a beautiful, beautiful, like, peachy, like, corally peachy color. So for my setting powder, I want to take the Makeup Forever HD setting powder. I feel like this has some, like, pigmentation to it, so that's going to help. God, Like, girl, shut up. It's not my favorite foundation in my collection, but this concealer is so good. The Covergirl trublend concealer. She looks good. So I'm going to be taking my iconic London bronzer. I had to repress it, but this baby's on its last leg. Let me tell you. So I'm going to try to... I like kind of just ghetto repressed it, so it's like falling apart. It's falling apart. I'm so sad because this bronzer is so nice and it's so expensive. Okay, so for my blush, I'm going to take the Unearthly blush in the shade Tangy. Yes, baby. Get a shirt. Mommy will help you. What? Oh, did your pants come undone? My kid's having a hard time with his pants over here. Probably because he's wearing 6T pants and he's 2 years old. Those are your brother's pants, my love. So, I decided to go for this super orange blush because I love orange and green together. Yes, baby. You're going to sweat your little butt off, but okay. So, for highlighter, I wanted to go with green highlighter. So I'm going to take the Unearthly Cosmetics Low Light Highlight Palette, and I'm going to take this green shade right here. So I'm going to take this on just a round brush. And I'm really just going to blend it out because I don't want like a streak of green, right? I want to make sure that it's super well blended. Beautiful. I also want to take some of the single highlighter shade, also by Unearthly Cosmetics, in the shade Golden. And it's just that. It is a beautiful golden highlight, which will be perfect to go on top of the green. I'm doing this more for color than anything, because obviously this is like a beautiful, look how shiny that is. And I'm just going to put this right over that green. I wanted to take some of this. I know that they were having a sale. Unearthly Cosmetics was having a sale on these liquid shadows. So they say Alien Cosmetics, so they had to, you know, of course they rebranded, so it's Unearthly Cosmetics. So basically everything with Alien Cosmetics on it is they're doing at like a 50% discount because they want to get rid of it so that way they could put their rebranded stuff on. So this is shade Nebula, which is a beautiful like bright green. I want to put this in my inner corner. So if this is still available, I'll be sure to leave the link for you guys because 50% off is such a good deal. These are so pretty. Starting with shade Seaweed. And I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping this directly under my lid. I don't want to bring it out. Sorry if you hear my kid up there vocalizing and shit. Shade Pine. There's a fly in here, and I'm gonna get so annoyed because it keeps landing right on my ring light. Like, dude, fuck off. I think it fucked off. Okay. Pine, shade Leafy, and shade Acid. I look wild. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Beauty Creation lashes. These are the style She's a Tease. These are Big Daddies. Okay, I was thinking of going in with my Blend Bunny in the shade Wicked, but I think these are a little bit softer than those ones, even though they're like just the same like length. I think these would be really good with what we have going on here. Yeah, look at that. Of course, when I glue them down, they'll look better, but... So here is the completed look. I really love the way that everything came out. I do think that the e.l.f. foundation is a really nice foundation. I just need a little bit more coverage right now. So it's not it for me right now, but I do think that this would be a beautiful like everyday foundation. And then for my lip combo, in case you are curious about this beautiful lip combo, I went in with the Nabi lip pencil in the shade Brown Cafe, the Kaleidos Cloud Lab Lip Clay in the shade Adobe, and then the Mikayla X Glamlite Golden Gloss. This was part of her first collection. If you haven't tried Kaleidos' lip formula, I highly recommend it. I want to save up to buy the full set, all the colors and everything, because I think that would be so fun. And also, this is a really nice formula. So if you're looking for a kiss-proof matte lipstick, you cannot go wrong with the Kaleidos. I also wanted to give a little first impression of the Unearthly liquid eyeshadows, the Immortality liquid eyeshadows. First of all, these are fucking duochrome, like multi-chrome liquid eyeliners. I don't think I've ever seen those before, so like I'm super highly impressed. I absolutely love Unearthly Cosmetics like shimmer, shine, glitter. Like she is a woman after my own heart, because everything from Unearthly Cosmetics that's supposed to be shiny is extremely fucking shiny, and I am here for it 100%. So of course I only use the one shade, but I definitely do see the shift. I'm seeing like from my mirror, it looks green to yellow to maybe like reddy or even like a brownie color. But I just love the fact that it's shifty. Like, that is so awesome. Definitely make sure you guys stay tuned until the very end, because I will be doing it up close as usual, so you could see the shiftiness of it. But I definitely am going to be demoing more of the other colors in future videos, so definitely don't forget to subscribe if you're curious to see what the other colors, like what I do with them, how I use them, and how I incorporate them into more wearable makeup looks. You're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. But I think that these $12, yes, yes, yes. If these weren't sent to me, I would have purchased them, because they are really inexpensive for what they are. So yeah, that is going to conclude today's video, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you like me and if you like my content. And without further ado, we're going to go right on ahead. Roll the clip.